Hi everybody, my name is Cheri. Welcome to my stamp studio. I'm super excited about today's tutorial because it is the first project for my January mini catalog and celebration Try It class. So if you're unfamiliar with my Try It class, I'll take a second and kind of explain that to you. So let's see what order we want to do this in. If you need a catalog, I will be ordering my catalogs on December 1st. Here's how I do it. Anybody who's ordered from me since June, placed any order at all, from June of this year, your name's on the list because that's how I pull the names up to get all my mailing labels. So your name will be there. If you haven't ordered because you don't have a demonstrator or you've just never gotten a catalog from me before, your first one's always free. And if it's been longer than June since you ordered, you have a couple more days to get an order in, and it can be any size, or you can just let me know and I will send you a PayPal invoice to cover the shipping. It's about $5.50 to cover the shipping. So those will go out. And then when I get them, anybody who ordered in November, they will get theirs first because I'll send the first batch. It takes a few days to get them out, so I do them in batches, but everybody who ordered in November will get theirs first because it will go with your thank you gift. And I always do my thank you gifts at the beginning of the month because I ordered this stuff on the first day of the following month. So anybody that's ordered in November, I order on December 1st. So then once they're all here, they'll start processing out. So that's the new catalog. And then for my Try It class, oh gosh, this year Stampin' Up! Really went overboard on the paper because always before my classes have been 10 to 12 projects, and that covers most of the celebration paper and all of the new designer series paper, not necessarily all of the specialty papers, but all of the designer series paper that's in here. And this year there are 11 new designer series papers, and then there are 4 designer series papers in here. That's 15. I can't do 15. This class about puts my husband over the edge because it will fill. And it is a whole lot of cutting, which you will see in a minute. So I think there is just a gingham paper in here. I'm taking that one out. So there will be 10 in here, and then I will pick 2 in here. So those of you that are in Card Club, the 2 that I pick for this won't be ones that we use in Card Club, so I can kind of get them all in that way. So we'll do 12 as normal. Registration has opened today. It will fill. If it doesn't fill, then it closes on January 2nd. It's always filled before. So if you register in the first 5 days, you'll save $10. So you want to do that. Then also, I'm trying to think of all the things before I do the card, and the card's super easy. If you are a part of my team and you sign up directly under me, then they get this class totally free. So they get all of the supplies and everything. It's the only class that I do that for, but I do this class 3 times a year. So it's a benefit of being part of my team. And then we Zoom together and put the projects together. So it's always a really fun night. There is a humongously fabulous, I can't show you because it's on the inside. We can't open these until they're live, which is the 5th of January. But there's a really, really good sign-up special. So if you know 100% that you're going to sign up in January, then you can let me know and I'll reserve a kit for you as well. I make a few extras, and I do have a couple of extras of the holiday one. I do it for people who sign up or for postage issues, or, you know, if something gets left out of a packet, then I have a spare ready to send out. So I have, I think, 2 or 3 left from the holiday catalog, and you're going to see that in just a second. So I will put those in today's email if anybody wants to pick those up. So I download them to my Kindle. This is the Try It class for the 2022-2023 class that I did. So you can see when you get it, if you click this little button here, it will take you to the whole playlist of all of the video tutorials, because obviously video is my thing and I much prefer to give you those in that. So it tells you what you'll need, and then there are instructions. There are the photos of the card, so you get all of that, everything you need. And this one, I think the last few have been 12 projects. So that was 12 projects on that one. I will show you the one for the holiday catalog the next time I tell you about the Try It class. I will be mentioning it in every video until it's full. So that is what you get. So all of the projects are either a fun fold. We do probably a little 70% of them are fun fold, and the rest of them are kind of template based. And then that way you can pull that PDF back out, and you can use it to make other cards. Then what I will do is we will start with Celebration, because this has a slower amount of time. And I will walk through, I can't open it up, I'll walk through everything that we use. So when we do this one, this is going to be one of the projects that you're going to see today, and you're going to see exactly how it comes, almost. But I'm going to use the Seaside Bay. So we can't send stamps, any stamped images in an online class. So I can't stamp anything. So we use a lot, I make the paper work for us. But I'm dying to use this. And then you can just add sentiments. So you just need the bare bones. A paper cutter, a paper score, scissors, and adhesives really is all you need. But then when I show you everything, we will walk through, like if this cuts out paper, if it works with the paper, and all of the fun little things. And we go through each page of the catalog for every paper that we use. So for this one, those are the dies. And then you'll get some new die cuts, which on this card you're going to get die cuts. You'll get some new punches, punched images, or punched things, and you will get some new of the folders run through for you. So everything that you need, you'll just follow along, and it's all right there. So you just need the stuff to stick it together. So this is now I already forgot the name, the Seaside Bay. So let's start with this side of the paper. So this, as you can see, is 6 by 6. So I will do it again. This video or tutorial will show up in the list of them as we go through the catalog, because then it puts it in order and you don't have to hear about the class that you've already signed up for. So this is one side of the paper. That side is fabulous, right? And we're actually going to use, it takes a lot of planning for this, and it's why I need to close registration early-ish, because I have to figure out how many people are in the class, because then I have to buy packages and packages of something like this, because we're going to use this little crab and the little bird. So you may get a different one. You may get the crab, you may get the bird. And then I always pick my favorite pieces of paper on some of the specialty ones. So on this one, I really liked this one. So I kind of started there. You can see how they have all the foil. Let me get it over. This was my favorite, because that's just beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? It makes me think of abalone. So that one, I wanted to make sure everybody gets a little piece of that on their card. And then the rest of it may be a little bit different. So you'll all get an oyster or a bird, and then you'll get a piece of this. So as we go through the class, there is a little packet that you'll have that's full of embellishments. There are 11 new embellishments in the catalog, so you'll have all of those. There's only 6 new ribbons, so all of the cards may not have ribbons. So you'll have a little ribbon bag, and I did not cut these apart because I didn't want to cut these yet. So you'll have an embellishment bag, and your little flat adhesive backed pearls will be in your bag. And then there's a ribbon bag, so this would be in here. And then everything else just comes stacked to you like this. So let's make the card super fast. I really, 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 really wanted to stamp it. If you have already bought the dies, which some people will have, especially if you're a demonstrator, then there may be something on this one to cut it out. On my other one, I did use the bird, just so you can see the difference, because it doesn't matter. And the thing I like about this, because sometimes there is a stamp set and you love the paper. Like, how can you not love this paper? But you're like, I don't really need another Seaside, or I don't have that many people I would make cards using that for. But the great thing is with this paper, you don't even have to have the stamp set, although you're going to want it when you see. I did stamp the sentiment out of this on this particular card. Let me see if there's a die for this one. There is. I was going to see if it cuts out between his little fins. Is that what they are? I don't know. I need my niece. She's an oceans. That's what she does. So she would know. Cut that out. Then everybody has this little piece here. All of the measurements for everything is in your PDF along with the typed instructions. But for this one, you're just going to put your square piece in here and just put it along there. Make sure you have your scoring blade and just score that right in half. So you've got that. Now, I know sometimes people tell me I'm going to cover this up when I glue it on, and they're like, oh, I cut that off. So you can cut it off if you want. Let's get this nice and flat right there. So then you have some of the dies. So this is the oyster that comes in the set. I ran it through with the pearlescent Yeah, pearlescent cardstock. It has two things, so you can see where it doesn't quite fold all the way flat. That way you can put a pearl inside of it, because you know we have the flat adhesive backed pearls. So we're gonna take this card. This is a fun one. I like to do things that are a little bit different, and I kind of messed with it for a little bit. One, this wasn't a card of all of the ones that have ribbon. I could have lived without the ribbon on this one, but I needed to make it work. So you have this piece and then this piece, Night of Navy and Petal Pink. I am going to use my Seal Plus because I want it to really hold. But the nice thing, I try to come up with ways that you can see two sides of some of the paper. I'm just gonna put this on here. And with the Seal Plus, see, you wanna make sure that you don't press hard until you know that it's centered on there. Oh, come on. I can center things. There we go. Then I'm just going to take this now that I know it's right and kind of burnish that on there to help it stay. Now, if you want to cut this off and just hold it so you have a little bit more of the paper, you can do that. Then we have this little strip here. Isn't that pretty? That's why it's my favorite piece. A little. My Christmas nails don't really go with this happens. I do all of my Christmas stamping when I'm wearing fall nails or summer nails, and then Christmas comes and I'm not doing very much Christmas stamping anymore, and I have my Christmas nails. But so for this, we're going to use this to hold it close, which I know you can see in the preview. So you're going to take a line of adhesive and just do it like that. And then about halfway, this is the ribbon that's part of the suite. It's some seam binding in it. You can see it has the blue on it. I told you the cards are fast. But then you can take this template with any other card, any other stamp set, any other paper. If you buy this bundle, you can remake it and use the stamps on it. So just pop that on there. And then this, you want to make sure that you tie it very, very loosely, because you want your people to be able to open it. And the seam binding, if you tie it tight, takes a little bit longer to untie. This is a fun card. So now you can see that you've seen the ribbon. You get to see some of the dies. I'm going to do this one a little bit different maybe than my other one, because on the other one I have the bird. So I'm just going to stick my crab. And look, I didn't use the specialty side, but I needed those images. Now one side of this has you can see it has the imprints of the oyster. The other one's just flat. So it's obvious which one goes where. And this, I'm trying not to cover up. That's why I glued it on first, because that way you can go over. I don't want to cover up all of my beautiful paper that I picked as my favorite. And then you have one little seashell. There is actually a size up, and I cut some of them at first, and then I'm like, no, it's covering up too much of the pretty paper. I think I'll do right there. And then you will have 3 of the pearls. So you'll have 2 small ones. And my Take My Pick tool is laying there. That doesn't happen when you use the proper tools. But these are kind of large. And then you're going to get a big one that you'll want to stick right inside of your oyster. So you can see that's why it has this little, it's probably hard for you to see it when you're in the class and you get your die cut. You'll be able to see this folds so it doesn't go flat, which kind of holds that in there. Then here's my other one. So on this one, I just did it kind of opposite. And you can see it has, this needs to be trimmed probably on both. Sometimes if your people are going to untie it, I leave them a little longer. It's really can be cut a little shorter. I always make sure you have plenty of ribbon though, so you're able to tie it. So in this one, my pearl's over here. I have the bird. You can see that this paper comes in 3 different colors. So you'll get one of the colors. And then on this one, you can, if you have the stamps, then you can stamp the words on the inside, but you can stamp any word on the inside. But if you have the stamp set, and look how pretty this paper is. Between this and this, it's so pretty. It says, "You are a pearl, rare and precious." So you have to have the stamp set really just to have that fabulous saying. So it makes this card. It's a really fun fold. You don't need to have a regular open, but there you go. So if the registration link will be down below this video, it will start to be in all of my emails. There'll be a couple of emails that talk about it now that it's open, and then before the discount goes away. So you'll want to get in on that. If you do think that you're going to sign up to be a demonstrator on my team, then just let me know and I will reserve a packet for you. I make a few packets every year, but because the sign up special is so good and because we Zoom fairly early, mid-January-ish, I like to get it to my girls as soon as I can. It's just so much work to do this class. I'm already, I wanted to try emboss this, and I'm like, no, if you watch me, you know I'm a more is more, and I have to pull back on this because when you're literally talking thousands of cards that you're cutting, you have to do it. So, I mean, if you have a folder, you can always do it on that. But, so I make a few extra packets, but if they're gone, they're gone. I can send you an old one because I do have the old holiday ones, but that's what I have for you today. Beautiful suite. The catalog, if you need one, let me know. It goes live on January 5th, and registration for this class is open today, and it does fill. The last probably 3 have filled up a few days before the deadline, but you want to save the extra and get on the early bird. Have a great one. Bye.